and I'm going to get Facebook as well. I mean, Instagram.
Okay, here we go. Are you in Spiritual Connections?
I'm going to be on both.
Oh, okay. Because did you?
All right, I'm live on Instagram. And where are you? All right, I'm live on Instagram.
Okay. How do I?
Oh, hey, Jess. All right, let me grab you on Instagram. Bam. Oh, hey, Jess. All right, perfect.
I'll scoot over a little bit here.
So first off, I'm gonna
sound.
All right. How's everything sounding? Hey guys.
Better.
I'm gonna be looking at two different spaces, so you can see me doing this.
Yeah, me too. I'll be here and I'll be there. I need to find you so I can do like a feed on Facebook. How do I find this? Did you tag me?
All right. I probably did. I don't know. Still working out the kinks. Okay, so guys, this is our first Looking Towards Tomorrow series. I hope you guys can you hear everything? I hope everything's sounding good. And we're just going to be talking a little bit about what to look for, ahead. So just going to give a little introduction, and I'm going to let Lisa start with her introduction first to make sure that her sound is good.
All right. Hi, everybody. I'm going to be doing the same thing that Sheila's doing, kind of going back and forth here. But I just want to go ahead and get this on Heal first.
Okay.
Let me do that real quick.
Well, let me introduce myself while she's.
Why don't you do that?
Okay, so of course, my name is Sheila Boyd. I'm an empowerment coach. I like working with individuals who are looking for like a spiritual journey or is going through a spiritual journey. I call it the Wise Women Session because it's about not just being intuitive and predicting futures. It's about how you make your decisions and your discernment levels towards your own spiritual growth. So I love to do one-on-ones for people who are going through something that's really personal, and try to be as practical as I can. So some people who know me, I can be super woo-woo, but I can be very level-headed too and grounded based off your religious preference. If you're a Christian or if you're in a different religion, I work with all different backgrounds. That's what a life coach is. And, I'm here to help. And that's what I do. I do help with energetic, emotional body. That means if you got something going on in your body, like emotional wise, or you making a decision or a life growth experience, I do try to help people with that as well. And I also try to help people with different aspects of spiritual development. Now, when I mean spiritual development, I'm not talking to spirit guides. That's not me. I'm more into your walk with your the kind of flow that I'm going in. And if you want to have a stronger connection, but you're not just connecting like you want, then you come see me. I can see if it's your ego versus your perception, or your perception versus your ego in life situations. So that's what I do on the most part, help you discern what's going on in your life, and trying to help you make a strong enough decision that's best for elevating your life experience. So that's me wrapped up in a bottle.
Ooh, a genie in a bottle.
Yes.
That is Sheila. You go, girl. So my name is Lisa Hazelgrove, but most people know me by Lisa Healthy. My website is lisahealthy.com, and I am the Chief Energy Officer. So what I do is I help people to either find or create that energy gosh,
Yeah,
I
but
lost my wording here. But that frequency or that vibration that we're all looking to elevate to. So I'm helping my clients, my students, can be people in a training that I'm doing online, a corporate training now that I've gotten into, wellness trainings, but helping them to really reach that or elevate back to that level of consciousness, that present awareness consciousness that we all seem to be searching for, right? And it all seems like we're on a mission, we're on a journey, a spirit journey or spirit path. So I help people connect to that. And the way I do that is I look at all areas of living. So all major areas of living, I should say. So we look at the energy part of you, we look at the sleep part of you, we look at the environmental part of you, the emotional part of you, and the nutritional part of you. And how do I do that? I use muscle testing or scanning to figure out where you are on this journey. And I start with where you are right now. So I meet you where you are in this journey. And we do this together. I don't just talk the talk, I walk the walk with you. So that's what I do. I'm your holistic energy educator or teacher. And that's what I help people to understand is it's all about energy. Everything is energy, right?
yeah, so let's get started, guys. So again, this is our introduction. We're gonna be doing this probably all summer long because 2020 came in like a rocket ship, I guess. And it's been quite interesting 2020. Hello. And we're just gonna talk a little bit about how to be positive in this, pandemic, but not overkill it. You know how some people can overkill the situation we all know we're in. And we're not going to do too heavy, but what we're going to do is just talk a little bit about how can we prepare ourselves to be ready for the future, because we was not ready for COVID-19, and how can we be ready in the future? A lot of us are probably going through a lot of relationship changes, a lot of job issues, right now, businesses going through their situation, and how can we be level-headed to have a stronger outlook for tomorrow? Health-wise, financial-wise, relationship-wise, it's answering your truth, really, speaking to your authentic truth about what you want in your life and what you don't want. And I'm pretty sure that some of you are in the house with what you don't want. But I'm just making jokes because I'm pretty sure that the quarantine is probably making everybody kind of sick of each other at this point. But at the same time, there's a blessing in it all. So let's get started. So what do you want to talk about first, Lisa?
Well, let's talk a little bit about what the storm of the century, what we're going through right now, and how are we navigating this storm. So what I like to prepare my clients, my students, again, my customers, my attendees for my trainings is, what does your toolkit look like? Do you have a toolkit? Because when this hit, as Sheila just mentioned, we Americans, and I'm including myself in this, we weren't prepared for our current crisis. It's almost kind of like we fell asleep, like Rip Van Winkel, and we woke up in the show Survivor.
Yeah.
Right? Did we all not wake up on the show and we're going, holy, what do we do now? What do I use? What tools do I have? What systems, what resources do I have? So it's kind of a little bit like Chicken Little, unfortunately. And, the sky was falling and we just completely forgot about those of us sometimes in this wellness arena. I did momentarily about, whoa, wait a minute, girl, you know what to do. You have your toolkit. So, I think that we kind of relinquished those responsibilities. I was there too, as a parent, as a teacher, as a leader, an entrepreneur or solopreneur. If you own your own business and you do everything, you wear all the hats. And human beings, we disremembered how to just be. We no longer.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I think we forgot how to be, because once everything stopped, and I mean stopped. People, I felt like some people had businesses, and I would use that farmer for an example. That the farmer was like, he was kind of hysterical because he was a farmer in New York, and he had a milk business, fresh, daily milk delivery. And it kind of baffled me that he was in a panic, right? I'm like, he has milk. I'm pretty sure there's millions of people who want milk at this time. But the store that he was delivering to in this particular area of New York was shut down. He could not drive to it. They did not want his milk. And he had gallons and gallons of milk that is currently, sitting on his truck. And in my mind, when I was reading it, I was like, why is he? Cause I saw his article like a couple of days, a couple of days before he found the solution. And my instant reaction was, why is he living in the past? Like he was so adamantly used to this delivering and thinking everything was great. He didn't think like, hey, let me get on Facebook and text everybody that I have milk available and you can come and pick it up fresh from me. It took another woman to kind of find that solution for him. He was about to actually go into a field, back it up, and just unplug his truck and just dump the milk out in this, backyard pretty much.
Yeah.
And, this is about living in the moment and preparing yourself for the unexpected, but also helping yourself be innovative enough to there's an echo.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that, okay, it's probably my sound.
Let me know if it's not you and it's me.
Could be me. How does it sound now, Jeff? It's going to be a minute for you to respond. So if not, it's just my phone.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Look at me.
Look at you.
I do hear the echo.
Yeah.
There it is. Okay. But he ended up finding the solution to his problem for his business, and it was taking somebody else to kind of help him get on Facebook. And okay, that's what it was. Thank you. And it surprised me because he was pretty much about to lose his whole business just like that, because he couldn't see how he was going to make it, and it took someone else to see it to help him resolve his issue. And that to me was someone who was living in the moment, like, hey, why don't you just get on live now? And he did. She actually helped him get on the phone, get on live. Hey, I have milk for blah blah blah, and people showed up for miles and miles and miles of traffic, came to his house and bought all his milk. And that's how he's doing his business now, is by directly selling it to the local community. So just to give you a little tidbit on that about how to be in the moment and don't let life take over, but you work through your situation by actively being in it.
You know what that reminds me of?
What?
My favorite movie of all time, Field of Dreams.
Oh, they build it and
Build
they
it
will come.
and they will come. Yeah, I know, right? It really, it's just one of my favorite movies. It's about manifesting dreams. It's about, really just trying to get out of our own mind, isn't it? There's Elsa. But, we're so busy getting busy. We're so busy doing that, again, we just forget about being in this moment right now, this present moment. Get on that frenzied hamster wheel. There she is, adorable. But nothing robs our peace, joy from our lives more than that constant busyness. Yes. It just comes down to really that fear-based life, that, I got to get this done. And we're just so busy. Everything is super important. Our emails are super important. They're fear driven. You can't stop moving. You don't want to deal with it. You got to please everyone. Busyness. And, so when does that belief change? And we talk about false beliefs, Sheila and I, a lot, and those false beliefs. And I tentatively use this word brainwashed when we're children, that you have to do it this way. And this is the only way to do it, and there came a point in my own journey when I just said, is this as good as it gets? Is this the best I can do and the best that I can hope for? That's when that's when I say my thyroid went off the reservation. And, so I had the power, I had the skills already and the talents to manifest my desires. the only thing that was missing was my mind. You know, that limited belief, you know, when you talk about science of the mind and the unlimited resources that we have, you know, that's what we need to get back to. You know, guys, whether it's a cornfield or a baseball field, you know, finding redemption or another chance to engage in the game of life, you know, and live out our dreams. You know, self-discovery is vital to living an authentic life. So go the distance with a passion for that game because you love it, not for the money or the fame, but for all that we remember is good. I don't know if you remember, that was like a quote from the movie. And I love the part when he's talking to his dad and he goes, is this, and his dad goes, is this heaven? And he goes, no, it's Iowa. And his father goes, Iowa? He goes, and Kevin Costner goes, yeah. And he goes, well, I could have sworn it was heaven. And he goes, is there a heaven? And he goes, oh yeah, it's the place where dreams come true.
I love it. I love it. I love that story. It's a great story.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I think we're missing, you know, just me. But, you know, we got into this crisis. It wasn't, we don't like it. Who wants to be here? No one. Nobody wants to be here, but we are here. So what are we doing to rest, to recuperate, to replenish? Are you sleeping? I mean, that's what I'm seeing with a lot of my clients and my customers and my students. My students back on March 1st, you know, I sent out a questionnaire about emotions. Where were they with their emotions at that point? And they were already in survival mode.
Yeah.
This was March 1st. Yeah. So then the tsunami hit, boom, you know, and we're now, you know, in this sea of turbulence here. And, you know, it's kind of like, you know, when, oh, you've heard this story. I've never experienced it, but when the boat turns over, you get disoriented because you don't know which is the top and which is the bottom. So the boat is upside down right now. So I'm swimming, but yeah, am I swimming to the top or am I swimming to the bottom of the ocean? And I think that's where meditation has really helped me to really go to the bottom of the ocean, to go to that peaceful place. It's that sacred place to me between exhalation and inhalation. It's that space in between.
Yeah, meditation is something that has been very helpful to me for COVID-19, the quarantine in general. Just taking time to reflect, and you know, sometimes people listen to music. Sometimes, you know, I call it the deeper meditations when you're able to do it in silence. It helps to give ideals, but also give you discipline. It's about learning yourself and disciplining yourself to kind of get into prayer. And I always tell people sometimes prayer is silent because you have the spiritual communication. You know, for example, Jesus, and you actually take the time to be still, think of one topic and say, what about my job? And then just silently be quiet for however long that you're able to be quiet. And before you know it, within, you know, some of us can find it right away, but some of us, if we discipline ourselves to just be in the moment of being silent, so that, you know, some people's spirit can help you, like, you know, Jesus or whoever, you will get that answer. You'll get the answer. It may take a couple of days, but that discipline actually does help with ideas, help with movement and decision making. And it also helps you trust yourself and give you that added faith to move forward. Sometimes, you know, we forget that we actually have free will, and people kind of get crazy. And I'm like, you know, you got free will. You know, some people are like, I'm waiting for the divine. I'm like, well, you've been waiting 9 years. You really didn't ask anything. You really wasn't disciplined. It's been 9 years and you're still sitting there. So it's about a discipline and being realistic towards the connection or the walk with whatever spirit deity that you choose, whatever path you choose. Just having a walk with it, but just understanding that it requires discipline. It's just sometimes we hear about meditation and kind of be a little, I call it commercialized. And they're like, well, I'm going to go meditate, mindfulness. I'm like, okay. You know, it's deeper than that. You know, you can find some big answers in silence. And it's not, it's the reason why monks have temples. Hey Sarah, so just keep in mind that optimism when you start to meditate. Don't get so fixated on having a response, like having some knowing in the mix of your meditation. Know that it's requiring discipline, your own spiritual discipline about adding faith to whatever walk you're having. And sometimes spirit will remain silent in the mix of your meditation so that you can add on faith. Faith is chi for a lot of you. Yeah. So, sometimes people come to me for these radical ideas. I'm like, it's discipline. It's about faith, adding faith. Faith is the toolkit to a lot of our spiritual divinity.
It is part of your toolkit. You're right. I like, and I use this quote to kind of promote this event, but I love Tony Robbins. He's a powerful coach, and he says he believes that most people are wired for fear and worry. He says there's a highway to upset and a dirt road to happiness. The trick is to find out which path we're on and reprogram our mind so it is no longer the master of destruction. So what road are you traveling on right now?
I've been to a Tony Robbins event, and let me tell you what, he's like, fear is your biggest ego.
I can't imagine. It is. And I can't imagine being live with him because, I mean, he just motivates me spiritually just on looking at him on the internet. But as I look around right now, and I wonder how much of this chaos we are enduring right now is mind-made.
Oh, definitely. I think 99.9 is what we believe. The perception of our ego is what kind of distills us in our life moments. And I do believe prayer is all the same in the core. That's correct, Sarah. Yeah. But I do believe that your emotions can block you from movement, discernment, and knowing what you really want. Yeah. Your ego will tell you everything. It will confuse you. It will knock you. It will sabotage you.
And what it's telling us, they're all false beliefs.
Yeah.
Okay. Because it's all in the past. Or it's future worry that we haven't gotten to yet because we don't believe that or we don't believe it's possible. Okay. Number one. Two is that, we've created this I don't know, figment of our imagination in our mind. Okay. And it's because of lack that we feel like we don't have enough, or I don't have, where are my, dreams? Again, let's go back to Field of Dreams. Where are the dreams, right? Where'd they go? Where's that little girl that she was so excited about life. She was building sandcastles and she was so positive. Where did she go? She's right here. And the trick is to tap into her, not the ego mind. Two children here. I don't want this child. I want the child in here right now to come through. And it's through the mind that we create a prison of suffering. And then we forget that we're all architects that hold the key that will set us free. So we hold that key. It's just understanding that key is right in here. And I'll never forget my most powerful meditation. And this was when I was in the throes of my thyroid by the way, I was bedridden for 3 months with my thyroid. And finally I got on my yoga mat. I had enough energy to get on my yoga mat one day, and I was a little irked with God. And I had this conversation with God, and I'm like, I just don't understand. And I swear, for the first time ever, I heard God go, "What do you want? What do you want, Lisa?" And I want to see a little bit of improvement, just a tiny bit, Lord, just give me just an inkling of improvement here. And that was so powerful to me. And that's when I started seeing the signs. The little ladybug that stayed in my little prayer area for like 3 weeks. Like, how'd she stay there for 3 weeks? I don't know, she fed on them, whatever fell off my skin, I guess. I don't know, this is really gross. But so how'd she survive for 3 weeks? Well, she survived for 3 weeks in my little prayer area because she was a message from God. And you know what he was saying? Look it up. And I'll never forget that. God has a great sense of humor. I'm like, what does the ladybug mean? I don't get it. So that's a message. What does it mean? Look it up, Lisa. And it was all about being patient and understanding. that it's all working out for me. Everything is working out for me right now. And I move through my days lighthearted and carefree, knowing all is well. And that became my mantra. And I kept saying that over and over again. And that's what got me through the most difficult. I thought I'd been through the most difficult times of my life. I really did, until that happened. And then, of course, we get this now in 2020. So it's really just how we can awaken that inner child again and rekindling that innocence of that child.
See, the child is not blocked. The child is free. The child is fluid. And what we, again, I always tell people, it's the perception of our ego that makes us not feel like, I'm not saying, because life is always moving, so we're not really perpetually stuck, but it makes you feel like you're stuck.
Yeah.
And, you know, again, it's the emotions. Everything flies down to what we physically think we believe in ourselves.
Yes.
And just allowing yourself to be gentle to yourself. A lot of us are not very gentle to ourselves, especially I call it the inner critic. And it can make us, our expectations of what we are looking for, even more challenging to produce.
Yes.
Because we see what we want, but in the mix of our living experience, it can be quite challenging to fulfill it. And it's the way we believe it should be done, how it's supposed to come to us, how it's supposed to look towards us in every aspect of the way. It's allowing yourself, you know, especially in 2020, to be gentle and optimistic. And also allowing yourself to kind of start being able to be confident in your decision making. I feel like this time is about exploring yourself, the self-discovery, the real self, not the self that everybody else kind of tells you who you are. It's about you really finding it yourself, and then just being dedicated to yourself. It's not. I'm not saying be, you know, it feels selfish or anything, but I feel like this year it's about you turning towards yourself and giving yourself the medicine, the nurturing you need, the self-love you need to really claim the life you always wanted, and not being in fear of having what you want. And people are like, no, that's not, I'm not fearful. I'm like, okay, we'll see how challenging it is for you to obtain it. There's some sort of fear. Sometimes people like, you know, success can always evade me. And I'm like, well, that's a fear. That's an ego perception that there's something in between the middle of your working in progress is making it feel like it's outstretched and it's never coming. And we have to kind of learn ourselves, and that's when meditation comes in. You know, rest. You know, sometimes we need to take a break from what we're doing to actually have momentum to really shoot forward like a rocket. So again, it's all about you dedicating your gentleness to yourself,
and not speaking that into existence.
Mm-hmm.
So when we say that, there's the law of attraction. So guess what I'm going to attract now? Is lack. Or what it is I don't want. And that really actually came together with me when I started rereading. And one of the things I do other than the emotion code is I utilize the Sedona method. And that's where the false beliefs, and you know, we've been programmed or trained with these false beliefs our whole lives. And it really is understanding that that's in the past and you're reliving the past over and over. And when we don't have it, like my story, right? You know, the sad story we tell all the time over and over again. And when I don't have my story, I go back and find it. Isn't that insane? It's the definition of insanity, is that I'm going back and retrieving from my past these old false beliefs and my old story, sad story. Feel sorry for me that I don't have everything I want right now. And I'm still speaking that into existence. And I tell you, it's been, this 2020 has got me on a journey where I'm doing more research, doing more courses now than I've ever done before, and reading more books. And one of them is The Power of Now. And I don't know if everybody or anybody has read that here, but I love this quote. He says, no other life form knows negativity, only humans. Just as no other life form violates and poisons the earth that sustains it. Isn't that just the insane insanity here? Have you ever seen an unhappy oak tree or a depressed dolphin, a frog with a
happy bird?
A frog with a self-esteem problem, a bird that carries hatred and resentment. You know, two ducks may get into a fight over, you know, this is my territory, not yours. But you know what? they get over it and they flap their wings. Maybe the flapping of the wings helps to release that negative energy. And they get over it and they go their separate ways. You know, it's really not trapping that negativity. And like Sheila talks about, turning to that natural wisdom, you know, but it's so easy for animals to get over it than it is humans, because of our ego mind. You know,
in the Power of Now, there's another quote in there that talks about the understanding of the law of the universe and having the willingness to deliberately choose the thoughts that you can in time replace all hindering beliefs with life-giving beliefs.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we hear always all about hindering beliefs, but we maybe should just really focus on what is life-giving in our belief system.
Yeah.
That, to me, when you said that, I was like, oh, that's a life-giving belief right there.
It is. And that's that law of attraction. And the thing is about the mind is that it keeps the past alive.
Yeah.
And then what we do is we build an identity around that.
Yeah.
And that's not us.
Yeah.
That just doesn't define us at all.
So how's your sleep been, to move forward?
Well, my sleep has been amazing. And I actually get people that don't like that too much, that response, because they want to hear all about the negative stuff. Occasionally I've not been sleeping well, but for the most part, I have been sleeping well, got my toolkit, and I do a lot of meditation, and sometimes right before bedtime. But I'm also looking at my nutrition, my diet. Is that balanced? It really is about sleep is really the summation of our day. What did you do today to get good sleep tonight? What'd you eat today? What'd you drink today? Did you get outside and I don't know if the sun's come out yet. I don't think it has, but it has stopped raining. But did I get that sun through my eyes to fill up the pineal gland, that third eye, which secretes that melatonin, that sleep hormone at night? So am I doing the things that I have in my toolkit? And I love some of the resources that I utilize. And if people are interested, I can definitely, send them some of this. But one of them is Matthew Walker. He is an author. He's a professor at UC Berkeley. And I love what he says. He says that sleep is the Swiss Army knife of health. There is no ailment that is something more than likely not in our armament of sleep's toolbox that deals with any disease. Okay. So looking at it from that aspect is, what am I not doing? What am I not implementing here? And maybe there are some emotions. Maybe I've had a very emotional day today, and it's really hard to go to bed with all that on the brain, especially fear. Because, that fear of falling asleep, waking up, oh gosh, what's going to happen tomorrow? Look what happened this year. So it's living in the future or living in the past, but not living in the present moment. And I start to do that as I fall asleep. And I do put my hands on my heart as I'm falling asleep. And I just listen to my breath. And then that takes me deep into meditation and listening to my heartbeat and knowing that I can just slow it down by meditation is huge, because with the hyperthyroid, that's where I was having an issue, was that my heart rate was pretty fast and it's kind of like, it's going all the time, kind of like exercising 24/7. So it was really finding that to help calm that down. It was finding a tea that I love, that helps to slow my heart rate down. That's been beneficial. But just looking at all aspects, maybe muscle testing, is there something that I need to do that is causing this anxiety right now? And how do I calm the waters down with my anxiety that's going on? Temperature is another huge factor in sleep. So, is your room cool enough? Is it too hot? Looking at the bedding that you're sleeping on. Nowadays they have wonderful infrared, which is thermal regulating energy. So there again, I'm working with energy and helping myself to fall asleep, or grounding, using a grounding pad as I'm falling to sleep at night. And I mean, literally hearing my heart rate slow down just by using these tools. But yeah, it's looking at that toolkit again, and what do I have? And if I don't have it, what resources do I have? Can I contact Sheila? Can she send me some awesome meditations? And you can, right? Can Lisa, help me with my emotions and kind of release those so that I can go to sleep and relax and not have this anxiety. But yeah, so.
Yeah, so I mean, to me, getting ready to kind of wrap up in a few minutes, so I mean, to me, this is really great. I think, it's about being in the present moment, allowing yourself to be gentle, to take care of yourself, and not, sometimes this energy will make you overexert and exhaust your energies. You just be exhausted. And I know, for me, you talked about having bouts of exhaustion, but that rest is important. I do really feel like I have the most rest ever since this COVID-19 started. I never had so much rest in my life. I am the queen of napcations, okay?
Yes, you are. I love it.
I'm going to get a shirt. I'm going to say napcations too.
You need to do that. Yeah. You need to. Oh, that'd be so cool. Yeah. I want one.
Yeah, I know, right? I feel like, ooh, napcation. 2020 was napcation, okay? But yeah, for real, that, we are here to help you guys if you are going through a life situation. I mean, we're all living the experience, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And, it's not about just, predicting your future. Again, I was going to clear that up. It's about you making decisions that is best for you under your own understanding. Yeah. And it's okay to be flexible. It's okay to change. It's okay to shift if you want to shift careers. If you're laid off and you don't want to go back to your current job. To me, that's a blessing that you know that. Instead of going back and finding out 3 weeks after you got in there. I hate my life. Don't do that. Yeah. I want you to go, I feel like it's time for a change. Be positive about what you feel inside, because that direction is your GPS. And you can't go wrong with your own intuition. Your intuition is stronger than everything else. And trusting yourself. Also, Lisa can help you with emotions and seeing what's blocking you. If you're feeling down, you're like, I'm so depressed. I just don't know the life, the world is on my shoulders. Lisa's very good at clearing that out and helping you discern what's really in your emotional body. So, to me, going forward, this whole summer, prepare yourselves for the life you always wanted. Again, how do I live in the moment to be innovative and disciplined and give myself the gentle dedication towards a positive outlook towards my future? You are the vessel. You are the GPS. Life is not happening to you. It's happening around you. And I just want you to know that some things is out of our control, like this COVID-19, but you're still strong enough to, I call it, sail in through the storm. Yeah. You're still, you are the we call it the sail on the ship. You are that. You are the vessel. The stronger your faith is, the faster you're going to overcome the issues or better manage it. So just be gentle.
What is that quote? You can't adjust the wind, but you can adjust your sails. It's the same thing with your emotions. I can't control COVID-19. What I can do is how I react to it. So my emotions.
And that's the outlook that I have. And if you all are looking towards, like, I call it that interpersonal, not my purpose, because the purpose is when you don't know yourself. Once people ask me that question, Sheila, I don't know my purpose. Not purpose is what you're asking for. How can I better know myself so that I can define my purpose? I want everybody to keep remembering that, because I get that question a lot. Sheila, what's my purpose? Not what your purpose is. How can I better define who I am to know what I want in my life? What do I desire? Yeah. And so 2020 is going to be a rock show.
Who am I?
Yeah, who are you? And you got to learn yourself.
Yeah, find that person. Go on a journey, and it has been sometimes uphill, sometimes downhill. It's a roller coaster ride, guys, and you got to learn to laugh at it. Especially going up, and then of course coming down. Who doesn't love that? Put your hands up in the roller coaster. But it's all about. And if you have
shortcomings, don't beat yourself up with the shortcomings. If you have a misstep, don't act like you can't. Just remember, you can dust yourself off and keep going forward. It's not the end all.
Yeah.
You know, don't be disappointed in, I'll call it some areas of your life that's not blooming the way you want. Just
Yeah.
know that you can dust it off and you can keep pushing at it.
Yes.
All right. You want to say anything else? Closing statements, anything like that, Lisa?
Oh gosh, I think we've said a lot here, but yeah, just remember that you're not. I saw something the other day, yes, on Facebook, and it was a long story about we're not in the same boat.
Yes, we are.
We are in the same boat, guys. Our destination might be different, but I think the end destination is always happiness and joy and
The
peace.
key that we want you to bring out in 2020 is not a division of race, religion, or illness.
Yes.
It's about being into the collective. If there's anyone who's currently, a business owner, I don't think that business owners should feel like they're alone, even though they're alone in the sense of their business. But there's so many other people having the same consequences, the same experience. Getting together and building a voice and gaining a collective of people in the same experience will help you solve a problem or a greater challenge. Working with people, for instance, that are trying to find spiritual awakening and going towards a collective, just not by yourself, but going towards a collective and learning, but keeping yourself optimistic. I always tell people, we're not trying to project ourselves on you, but you in your own free will, out of your own understanding, to find yourself. Yeah. And I think people, going into 2020 is going to be highly important, not to create a division of race, religion, spirituality, the whole bucket, even wealth. Yeah. We're all one on this planet, and once we decide that the collective is key to our solutions, we will see a better turnaround for our country. Not just our country, but the world itself. We are not alone. China's not over there by themselves dealing with COVID-19. The world itself is dealing with COVID-19. And once we learn to separate the division and start to become one and helping each other as a collective, we want to see faster healing. We can't have a healing by pointing fingers. It will leave you in the energy of feeling stuck when life is actually moving forward at a very quick pace. So I just wanted to put that out there.
It will zap your energy quicker than anything.
Yeah, I do see that. I see that out there. I'm like, you can't do this by yourself. This is so big right now. The economy, what's going on with the economy right now is so large. We cannot solidarily, the few people that are wealthy enough to not have any negative experience, those few are not going to help us. We
have to help each other. We do.
The collective.
The collective, but what I call we're part of the grand human. We're all part of this collective soup.
So I feel like the collective, the larger collective, which is us,
what are we bringing
can really turn it around.
Yeah, what are we bringing? So let's all bring some good stuff to put in this soup.
So just keep that in mind as you start to see TV and political stuff.
Join some of our groups on Facebook if you're not already affiliated. One of the groups is Heal RVA. And then Sheila's Spiritual Connections.
Yep, RVA Spiritual Connections. Mm-hmm.
So let's get together on these wonderful groups we already have, and let's support each other and encourage each other and inspire each other. Let's stop putting all this negative stuff, and I call it a train of pain on Facebook. Let's stop adding to that, right?
Yeah.
Let's just I put something inspiring every day, not necessarily to get votes or people to look at it. You know who I'm trying to inspire? Me. I'm trying to inspire me. So when you see a quote on there from me on Instagram or you're on Facebook, it's really to help raise my level of awareness and to keep in top of mind about how I can be inspiring others as well.
Yeah, so just keep in mind that if you would like to book a session with Lisa or myself, Lisa is a great, emotion code, energy chief officer, the whole shebang. I know because I've called her many, many times. And of course, she's available. You can check out her website at lisahealthy.com. And I will be posting the information. Just give me a couple moments to post it on Instagram. You can check out her website. She is available for consultations. I am also available for consultations as well.
And Sheila is amazing as well, too, by the way. Her tool, I don't know, her toolkit's one of the largest toolkits I've ever seen. So if she doesn't have something in her bag for you, then just forget about it.
Yeah. Okay? Yeah. So I am a clairvoyant. medium. I like to not do traditional readings. I like to do enlightened soul, aka wisdom sessions. That means you come to me as a sound body, sound mind, and we help you discern your life experiences. This is not me doing guessing game of okay, let me see what I feel, and I feel everything, but I really want you to be one on one, and I want you to be personal. I want you to be relaxed. I want you to have a conversation, have a cup of tea, and we'll have a deep conversation about you.
Yeah.
And then how can I express myself and not get in my own way? And I'm like, oh, I can definitely help you with that. Yep, Sarah just had her reading. Well,
Okay,
not reading, I'm gonna say
awesome.
wisdom session the other day. I will make you cry, but in love. You'd be like,
Yeah.
my soul been talking to me. Like, love you, girl.
There you go.
Yeah. So
Wise
yeah, I just
woman.
yes, girl.
You
I love to hear
wise
you.
woman, you. I love you.
Yeah, so I call it a wise woman session because I don't want you to come to me like very woo woo, even though I'm super woo, but I want you to come to me very grounded so that you can live in your experience, and you learn from your experience. Like you grow with your spirit team, you grow with your choice of deity. Like for me, I always use Jesus as an example. How can we better strengthen that walk with you and not get too all over the place? I want you to kind of grounded. And I can go high in the sky, and some of you who haven't had a session with me, I can go really high.
Yes.
And so I just want you to be able to be grounded enough to take what I give you, not as a prediction, but as a way to discern your life better.
There you go.
So there you go.
Love it.
All right, Lisa. This
All
is our
right.
first looking towards tomorrow's session. We're going to see about putting this on podcast. I'm working on it right now. And we're going to see about putting this on our podcast, but doing more of these for the rest of the summer. And so check us out on YouTube. You'll see information on YouTube as well. And look forward to you next time. It's going to be probably the next following Tuesday, every other Tuesday. We're going to be doing this, okay?
Yes.
All right, so see you guys. Blessings and have a positive looking towards tomorrow.
Namaste.
All right, bye. And let's see here.